Right, who would have thought we would bump into Sri Lankan legend in the Bangalore airport, and of course World Cup vibes with Russel Arnold this time. Russ, good to see you in flesh this time.
Yeah, it's good to see you too.
How's it going? It's been a while since, of course, we've done shows with you online, but offline, you're loving the work in the World Cup so far?
It's been good. There have been quite a few results that have surprised us, which is always nice, which keeps us on our toes. Quite a few teams are putting their hands up to make the four, but looking at the games ahead, you can kind of see where it's heading. So we do need another upset or two to upset the apple cart, if you may say. Yeah.
Which one has pleased you the most?
Oh, yesterday's win was very good. At the end of the day, it comes down to the heart, isn't it? And against a good team, Sri Lanka played their best cricket yesterday and made them look very ordinary, just scoring 156. The energy levels and how they executed their plans was brilliant. And at the end of the day, we can't forget Sri Lanka on one leg, so all the more impressive.
It just makes me think it wasn't an upset because England were terrible so far. So Sri Lanka getting the job done, especially World Cups. You guys, 2007, you were part of that win, right?
2007, yes. So now it's 5 in the last 5 at World Cups. But Sri Lanka also have been poor in the tournament up to now. The win against Netherlands was a win they needed, but it was not convincing either. Great opportunities against Australia and Pakistan. Such advantageous positions were blown, and hence you could say the heads were down. But now 2-2 and beating England, it kind of tells them if they put their heads to it and if they want it and show that intent, what can be achieved.
You still have India on the horizon. What's your call on that? November 2nd, funnily enough, they played April 2nd all those years ago in 2011. Can they pull a rabbit out of the bag?
There's no reason not to. But also coming to that game, India will be more wary because Sri Lanka have to play Afghanistan, and the focus is that it's day by day for the Sri Lankans, whereas India are in a position to look way ahead and make plans, and that's why they're in such a strong position because of the depth. But for Sri Lanka, at the moment, it's Afghanistan that the focus will be on.
Okay, just quickly in Sri Lanka then, obviously not a full strength squad, but if you guys had all your players fit, don't you think we would have made a better fist of things?
Oh, definitely. The game would have been different. The preparations over the last so many months has been in a particular way. Players were used to certain roles and when they stand up. But suddenly, just before the World Cup, when you lose your main bowlers, it puts a spoke in the wheel. And how you operate, now even Mahesh Theekshana yesterday said, my role is different, how I need to bowl is different, etc. And you build pressure in pairs and groups. Hence, it was a massive challenge.
Finally, last couple of questions then, because we might miss our flight. The fact is, the ODI format has been questioned. It's kind of been getting those vibes of boring, monotonous, especially the fans with all the ticketing issues. What's your general impression of this World Cup so far?
Well, it's not the come and bash T20 style of things. There's a bit more of the test cricket coming in because you've got to be tactically smart too. There are times to absorb pressure and build games. So I'm enjoying that. I'm seeing people behind the game. I'm seeing people really involved in the cricket as such and not exactly the entertainment around. So it's been fascinating.
Okay, and finally, we're standing literally at the halfway mark of the World Cup. I mean, pretty much heading towards the business end. What was your initial top 4 predictions?
I've got 3 of them in there at the moment. I had England in there, but they seem to be really struggling. But India, Australia, South Africa, New Zealand seem to be a fair call at this stage.
Okay, and are you sticking with an India-South Africa final?
I'm actually sticking to a rugby final.
Okay, I love that. Finally,
That's New Zealand, South Africa.
Of course, we guessed it. And that'll be some story. South Africa to make their first ever World Cup ODI final, that is. And finally, most runs in the tournament and why?
Well, it's always going to be a top order player. Virat Kohli seems to be in a different level with the chase.
That just got us more hits.
Well, yes. It's hard to look beyond him, and the hunger he's showing is immense.
Okay, super. And most wickets?
Most wickets, that's an interesting one. I'll go with Janssen.
Okay, super. And what is the one thing that you love eating in India every time you're here?
Well, there are a few things I do like to go for, but the garlic naan and a good curry, whatever it is, it goes well. Not the butter chicken, but a little bit more spicy.
You just named carbs over there, but this man is looking fit in the shorts and the breakfast attire, and he's heading off to Chennai like we are. Subscribe to cricket.com and of course follow Russ on his Instagram as well. That's all we have in this little airport chat at 6:30 in the morning. Thank him, thank us, and subscribe right now. Cheers. Thank you. Pleasure. Good man. Are we good? Yeah, we are.